In October 2003, 4 Harvard students created a website known as FaceMash. The site featured 2 pictures of individuals side by side and allowed users to choose whether the person was quote-unquote hot or not. Now, by mentioning this site, I do not condone this idea in any capacity. I bring this up only because of what FaceMash ultimately would become 1 year later. Now, legally and financially, this site had many issues and folded rather quickly. However, the students who started in the wrong direction figured out a way to maximize what they set out to do in the first place. See, the intent of FaceMash was much more than a prettiness poll. It was to create a social and communal online experience. Now, utilizing this framework and the lessons learned with FaceMash, the founder realized the potential of the initial experiment, rethought his idea, and he, Mark Zuckerberg, created the Facebook, which last month in its IPO public share offering valued at $104 billion. Now, the move from failure to an inspiration is known in the technology startup world as a pivot. Now, while many Memphis basketball fans might conjure up the image of a pivot, maybe of Rudy Gay or Marc Gasol anchoring his foot, moving clockwise or counterclockwise to pass, shoot, or dribble, in the tech startup world, the pivot, as tech investor Paul Graham shared, is when a startup gets 9 out of 10 things right, then gets the last one, and bang. Thus, the pivot is that bang, that one aspect, which could be simple or complex, that makes something either FaceMash or Facebook. Now, how does this tech pivot relate to us? And more importantly, how can the pivot positively affect our own lives? Our Torah portion this week is Chukah. Expresses in it the sadness and loss with the passing of 2 influential biblical figures, Miriam and Aaron. While the community is distraught in both instances, upon learning of Aaron's death, we see the Hebrew words, Ya'asef Aharon el Amav. Now, typically, these words translate, let Aaron be gathered to his kin. I'll repeat that. Let Aaron be gathered to his kin. Yet the words literally mean Aaron was gathered to his people. By changing the translation just slightly, we witness a biblical pivot. According to the conservative movement's commentary, Eitz Chaim, this more accurate translation, Aaron was gathered to his people, expresses the need for the mourners, the living Israelites who knew him well, the family and the friends, to let Aaron's good qualities enter into their own souls, so that those great characteristics would not be forgotten and would be passed on following his death. In honoring Aaron and Miriam this weekend, we do not recall their wealth. We do not remember their professional acts as priest or prophetess. And we do not reminisce about their communal status. No, the Israelites are told to remember Miriam and Aaron's goodness, their righteousness, and the time they had the opportunity to spend with them, which many times can often be dismissed. Thus, more so than an explanation, this translation adjustment alerts us to look within our own lives so that we can pivot in order to concentrate on the most important aspects of our lives. This evening, various ages, from youth to experience, come together for Shabbat. not just within these walls of chapel, but also in the homes of family and friends. Each around the globe has wonderful characteristics and things that we are most certainly proud of. However, there are aspects within each individual, including ourselves, which we could work to be better at. Things that we could pivot to make that bang. We could pivot in our lives to be more emotionally and physically accessible for a spouse, a friend, a parent, or a child. We could pivot to be more available when others make suggestions for us. We could pivot to give even more compassion and goodness to those we are close with and the strangers we will soon encounter. And we could pivot to be more accepting of others, including those we currently know and those we will eventually meet. In making these and other pivots, we are reminded of what truly matters in our lives and our legacy. The goodness we provide others, the time we spend with those we care about, and the memories we make together that can transcend a lifetime. Thus, this Shabbat, as we memorialize the passing of Aaron and Miriam in our biblical text, we are reminded of our lives as we move through each passing day and the importance of the pivot so that we can focus on what truly matters as well as secure the legacy we hope to offer those we love. Shabbat Shalom.